Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Shaner123 and welcome back to yet another Geek Essentials video. Now today I'm going to do something that I wanted to start doing at least once a week, and I've done one video in this series so far. TechRev has done one, and that's where we review WWE DVDs. You know, I did the NWO The Revolution, and TechRev did the Destruction of the Shield. So today I have the Goldberg Ultimate Collection. Goldberg was by far one of the biggest wrestlers of the 90s and even early 2000s for a lot of people. I mean, he may not have been number one on everyone's list, but he was number one on a lot of lists. So everyone knows Goldberg as the undefeated, you know, the guy with the big streak. So let's talk about that for a minute. This DVD, by the way, 3 discs long, and I got to tell you, every single minute of this DVD is enjoyable. There's no downsides to it. Most of them have like some spots where, you know, oh, that's just kind of boring. That's too old for me to get into. You know, when you get wrestling DVDs where the superstar featured on the DVD goes as far back as like the late 80s, you just kind of skip the first disc and move on to, you know, mid 90s where wrestling really picked up. Well, Goldberg, the Ultimate Collection, is not like that. You put in disc 1, and from disc 1 to the end of disc 3, it is by far great. So just to give you some facts on Goldberg, in case you have forgotten or maybe even you want to know, his first championship was the U.S. title in WCW. He got that at 75 wins. When he went for the heavyweight championship, at 108 wins, his streak was at 108-0. And he had to fight Scott Hall first earlier in Georgia that night, and then later that night fight Hulk Hogan for the belt, which he won. Kevin Nash ended up ending the streak, so the streak went to 173-1. 2 separate times, people, 2 separate times. Goldberg held the heavyweight championship and the U.S. title at the same time. That in itself is pretty impressive in my eyes. If you can hold 2 major titles like that at the same time, 2 different times, that's pretty cool. So then we get to like late 1999, 2000, Vince Russo comes in. Vince Russo was the guy responsible for the Attitude Era, more or less, in the WWF days. He was a writer there at WWF. So he comes into WCW. Everyone has high hopes for him. Even I did at the time. Russo resets everything. Strips all titles. Resets Goldberg's streak. Says to Goldberg, if you want another shot at any title, you're going to have to match your old streak, which is 173 wins. Goldberg ended up getting to 35 wins. He needed shoulder surgery, so his last match in the WCW, which was in the storyline, so he would lose. It was a career-ending match, and I'm using quotation marks because, you know, most of the career-ending matches are not career-ending matches. But this was part of the storyline, so Goldberg could go get shoulder surgery. It was him and his trainer, Sergeant, drawing a blank on his last name, but he played a sergeant as his wrestling character. They were a tag team against Totally Buffed, which was Lex Luger and Buff Bagwell. By far, neither team, not that great. But Totally Buffed ends up winning, and then Goldberg is just supposed to go for shoulder surgery, and there's plans for him to come back. Well, in that time, the WCW wrestling brand was sold. Vince McMahon bought it. So the next time we see Goldberg is in April of 2003 to be exact, when he returns to WWE, and this is when things get epic in the DVD, because he returns to WWE to feud with Rock when Rock was a heel. And a lot of you, especially new wrestling fans, may not have remembered a time when The Rock was a heel. But in this DVD, you get to see it, where he was just, you know, like his shit didn't stink kind of thing. He swore up and down he's done everything there is to do in the WWE and was just constantly putting it down. Goldberg comes and says, Rock, you're next. Epic feud, Goldberg and Rock. You guys should look that up on YouTube if you don't have the DVD, or you can even go to the 2003 Backlash, I believe it was, where Rock and Goldberg fought. And let's see, then he ends up feuding with Triple H. He does become heavyweight champion in WWE. There's another cool part to the storyline. Triple H puts $100,000 bounty on Goldberg's head. So that's got everyone just gunning for him. I believe Batista's the one that ends up cashing it in, or getting the $100,000. But in a quick little review, that's basically the nutshell of this DVD. There are tons of details I didn't mention because I don't want to spoil it for you. So I strongly recommend you go out and pick this DVD up, The Ultimate Collection of Goldberg. It spans his whole 7-year career from his very first match to his very last match. And really, there's not a dull moment. I can't urge you enough, if you're a wrestling fan, to go pick up this DVD. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. It's been Shaner123 with another Geek Essentials video. Don't forget to follow all of our affiliates. CocoSports.com, which he's got a lot of this wrestling stuff on his website. You might want to go there. RealGamerNews.com. Our website, GeekEssentials.com. There's also GeekEssentialsOfficialNews.com. It's where we blog and do some writing and some reviews. And if you go to Playbuds.com and enter Geek Essentials in at checkout, you will receive 10% off your entire order. So thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace. Peace.